Welcome back, everybody, to the Pick and Roll live stream here on the Board YouTube channel, part of the Hammer Betting Network and presented by the FanDuel Sportsbook. More on FanDuel a little bit later on, but we had another winning day on the show yesterday. It's been quite the run that we've had for the live stream and the free picks, so please make sure you do hit the like button if you've been cashing with us. Please as well hit the like button if you enjoy the show along the way. As always, make sure you're subscribed to the channel because we're live weekday mornings here at 9:45 a.m. Eastern for shows like this where we go through the entire NBA slate. We hear the free picks from my co-host PipsNBA, and we react to your bets that are posted in the chat throughout. And like I said, a winning day yesterday overall. We had a winner on the big SGP, a loser on the straight play that we had. Banchero sailed over his numbers. Unfortunately, a loss there, but the big SGP does come through. Got a little bit sweaty late. Giannis covered a bit late. We were sweating a little bit on Christian Brown, who was one field goal away from going over the number we had on the under. But it is a winner, 90% ROI on the day. You might be thinking 1-1 is not really winning day. Tell you, you go 90% ROI every day, you're going to do pretty well for yourself in the long run. So we'll look to keep this run going, and we'll bring in my co-host PipsNBA to get us started here. We'll go into the Nuggets-Pistons game to start ourselves off here. What are your thoughts on this one with a tight spread? Nuggets actually underdogs in the second night of the back-to-back.
Yeah, I mean, Pistons are playing really well, and won like how many? 8, 9 in a row. Won against some good teams as well. They beat the Boston Celtics. They beat Clippers. So yeah, they are looking good, and then they're on the road on back to back. I even said last night, like it was crazy to see Denver being 3.5 favorite on the road against the Bucks, who are healthy, which is ended up being a 9-point loss for the Denver Nuggets, and now they're on second night of back to back. Yeah, I expect this one to be close, maybe even a win for the Pistons. Betting wise, I have three things I actually bet in this one, but trying to see what's left now out of this. But I think we're going to bet Jamal Murray over 20.5 points, minus 115, minus 118, minus 120. I think we can do it at minus 150 easily.
Yeah, minus 115.
Yeah, so lately he's been great playing, but when he gets the usage, and he is going to get it tonight, he averaged 24 points a game. The matchup is absolutely amazing. They already played like late December. He scored 34. He scores most of his points as a pick and roll ball handler. They are fourth worst, allowing fourth most. Most of his points above the break three. They are fifth worst. So yeah, all over the place. Great matchup for Jamal Murray. Only thing, it moved from 19.5 to 20.5, but I still think this is a really good spot. He's been playing amazing lately. If you take a look at the last 13 games with 30 plus minutes with Jokic, he's over in 8 out of 13, but landed at 20 exactly 3 times and averaging 29 points. So I do think like this is like probably the best matchup out of any in the league, because he shoots so many from both the break three and mid range, and they allow the most in the league in that area. So yeah, and they need to focus a bit more on Jokic as every team. So Westbrook could be out on this back to back after coming back from the injury. So Jamal Murray big minutes are incoming, and he really improved over the last month or so. I'll just pull up some numbers. Like he started poor in the season. In October, November, he shot barely 40% from the field. And if you look at the February and January, he's at like 50 and 40, 50, 40, 90 over the last 2 months. 26 game sample size is huge, and averaging 23 points a game in that span, which is really good.
Yeah, he wasn't quite healthy to start the season, it appeared, and he was definitely getting some criticism for how he was playing, and probably a little bit rightfully so. But as he's gotten healthier, as the season's gone on, he stepped up his game and is definitely reason why the Nuggets are on such a good run as of late. So that is our first play of the day. Jamal Murray over on points. Anything else for this game? I know you said you had a few things you were looking at.
Yeah, it was very difficult choice between Nikola Jokic overs and Jamal Murray overs. Think works both sides. I was really split like 50-50 between these two. Went with Jamal Murray because like it's a normal matchup for Jokic and it's an absolutely amazing matchup for Jamal Murray. So yeah, kind of tough decision. Other bet was Tobias Harris over 21 and a half points, rebounds, and assists, but that got extremely juiced. So tough. I won't bet that one. I bet it at minus 115. Now it's minus 130 and worse. Yeah, usually not.
No
not
worries. We've got our play for this game, so we'll move forward in just a moment here. We'll shout out our presenting sponsor that has made the show possible this season, the FanDuel Sportsbook, and they're cooking up something special for Friday NBA slates as well. The NBA season is officially heating up, and as you watch your favorite teams and players, check out FanDuel to make every NBA moment even more rewarding with America's #1 sportsbook. It's an easy-to-use sportsbook with a great interface and so many different markets available, especially in the player prop sector, from SGPs to 10 plus, 15 plus, all the way up to sometimes 50 plus points, quarter props, live betting options, and these markets are posted quickly with fair pricing, fair limits, and if you do find those winners, you can get that money back into your own account quickly with speedy withdrawals. And like I said, it is Friday, so that means FanDuel has their great 30 on 30 profit boost token live. Get 30% increased winnings on your favorite 30 plus score and 30 on 30 special bets. Think for today, we'll go through a bunch of the games, maybe talk about some of the guys that we like, that we could see going over that 30-point threshold as well to give you some extra options on top of that. But to get involved, visit FanDuel.com/board. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. That is FanDuel.com/board, or just visit the link that is in the description on YouTube or in your favorite podcast form. But must be 21 plus and present in select states or candidates in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino or 18 plus and present in DC. First online real money wager only, $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable bonus bets expires 7 days after receipt. After 3 months free trial, the full price of League Pass will be automatically charged monthly. Cancel anytime. No refunds. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelpline.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Now, we'll get ready. We'll jump back into the slate here, pulling up the next game. We have got the Portland Trailblazers, slight favorites on the road at the Brooklyn Nets. Portland been playing better as of late. Brooklyn have looked a little bit better since Cam Johnson has returned, and we have a tight spread here. Any thoughts from you, Pips?
Yeah. Portland, of course. So, yeah, not much else. I think Portland should win this. And yeah, that's about it.
No thoughts? Bets?
Betting wise, I am looking at something. Let me just check on the spot. Tumani Kamara when playing big minutes. Let's see how he performs against team that allow a ton of spot up like the matchup tonight is. Let me just see against teams who allow above average spot up. He is covering this line, which is really good. Tumani Kamara, let me just check his shooting. I think I checked this a couple of days ago, and he's turning to be suddenly a good shooter. Over the last 2 months of the season, he's shooting 40% from 3 on how many attempts? On 4 attempts a game, which is not huge. Last time he played Nets, he shot 4 from 11 from 3, so absolutely insane volume. Yeah, but he's not been shooting that much lately, so I'll stay away from that one. Game itself is projected to be a close one, but don't like much in the game itself.
Okay, no problem there. Kamara been playing pretty well this season. Definitely a player the Suns could use. He was involved in the Ayton trade, if you recall. He was a bit of a throw-in to the Nurkic Ayton trade, and that is a player the Suns could use. And we'll talk about the Suns a little bit later in the show, but more problems for them as of late and yesterday. Next game up, we have a team not facing any problems right now, really. The Oklahoma City Thunder, 12.5-point favorites on the road at the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta, look, they don't have a great team. They've made 2 trades to kind of make them worse, but they're good enough in the East, and they're going to be likely in the play-in tournament here, but in tough tonight. Any thoughts for you on this game here?
Yeah, actually, I could have something for this one. Uh, just a second. I'll need to pull something up usage wise. So, looking at Terence Mann, usage kind of remained the same since joining uh, since joining the Hawks. Uh, and can you check the points rebounds availability? I see a couple of spots. 10.5 points and rebounds, Terence Mann.
Let's see. Points plus rebounds, 10.5. Minus 120 available. A couple spots I would deem widely available. Not widely available. Minus 115 exists as well.
Yeah, so let's bet this Terence Mann over 10.5 points and rebounds.
Okay, we'll play Terrence Mann over 10.5 rebounds plus points, minus 120.
Yeah, they will ignore him. Like when Trae Young returns from the bench unit, he will be on the floor, and they will double Trae Young every single time he touches the ball. Like even in the half court, even like in his own court. Like I watched the last game. They were doubling Trae Young before he crossed the half court, like just trying like get rid the ball of his hands. And then their Hawks are playing 4-on-3, and then Terrence Mann should be open a lot. And also great rebounding matchup as well. Earlier this season, when he played for the Clippers, he played 25 minutes against the Thunder. He had 6 rebounds and 11 points. So he ended up at 17 points and rebounds, even though he shot 2 from 6 in that game. Last 2 games for Terrence Mann, he had 17 points and rebounds against Miami, both games. Uh, yeah. Earlier before that, he had 7, but it was Orlando Magic, which is a horrible matchup. Horrible matchup. So he played 22, 26, and 29 minutes over the last 3 games. So minutes are slightly increasing. And on this short-handed Hawks team, like I do think he should play those minutes. Like their bench is George Niang, Caris LeVert, Terrence Mann, and Clark Capella. So they are 9 deep. And Mohamed Gay is starting and playing only first and third quarter, so he's playing total of 12 to 14 minutes. So they are actually 8 deep. So I don't see the scenario where Mann is playing less than 22 minutes. That's what's I love the trending stuff on minutes. So even though he played great, maybe he get extended minutes because he was playing great. But in the matchup against the Thunder, like he should be playing great when you are wide open the entire 25 minutes. You should be able to score like 8 points and 3 rebounds. So yeah, rebounding wise, as I already said, rebounding allowed. Thunder allow 6 most rebounds in the league. If we exclude the team top in rebounds, he averaged 4 rebounds in those minutes, so we could get some extra on that one. Like he can cover this with 7 points and 4 rebounds, 6.5 rebounds. So yeah, a lot of ways to cover this.
There we go. Our second official pick of the day. Terrence Mann over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. Minus 115's out there, but we'll play minus 120, which is more widely.
Points and rebounds. Points and rebounds.
Sorry, points and rebounds. I said points and assists. Points and rebounds, 10.5, which it's correct in the graphic. Okay. But yes, we're playing minus 120 for the show. Next up, we have a big game. Top of the Eastern Conference. We have the Boston Celtics hosting the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs on an 8-game win streak. Boston's win streak just got snapped, but this just should be pretty entertaining. How do you see this one going?
Yeah. Last time I was wrong on this one. Won't say much on this one. I don't know if Jalen Brown is not playing. Obviously need to give an edge to the Cleveland Cavaliers. He is questionable. Maybe they rested him for this game. Last time they played, they lost to the Pistons, and not just lost, they got blown out by the Pistons. I'll just go back to check Boston lately, but yeah, they were on a 6-game winning streak before getting blown out by the Pistons, so they're doing well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So not any great teams in this span. Only if you want to count Knicks as a great team, which I don't. Yep. Back home after being on the road in 11 out of last 15 games or something, should be good. We're now going to see first time Hunter in this matchup, which helps a ton against the huge size of Boston Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do think Cleveland could cover this. I don't know. Garland is playing. He is. Let me just check. Garland is off the injury report, so he is playing tonight. I wanted to bet Garland, but the lines kept moving, so I went away from us. I've had it 18 and a half couple of like an hour ago. Now it's 20 and a half. Some spots have a 19 and a half, but that's still not something I was looking forward to. So yeah,
we'll go to the next game then. The Raptors away at the Bulls. A little bit surprised, a little bit. I could have seen the Raptors being favored here, but they're +2. It is in Chicago, in all fairness. And I guess Chicago did absolutely destroy the 76ers earlier this week. I mean, absolutely destroyed them earlier this week. Then had a tight loss on Wednesday to the Clippers, losing by 5. What are your thoughts on the spread here?
you guys winning this one.
Well, we did say that last time they played the Bulls. I was at that game, and they got destroyed by the Bulls. Not quite to the level of the Sixers, but they got blown out.
Yeah, you guys are now better, and they are kind of worse. So
I agree. I do agree.
Yeah. Scotty should play, I think, tonight.
Yeah,
RJ,
that's true. He didn't play last game.
Quickly, so. RJ, Scotty, Grady, Jacob. We are everyone's healthy. And other side, no more Lavin, no Vucevic. It's like Kobe White, Gide, Zach Collins, Buzelis, the Sunmu. You should win this. So yeah, I do think you guys covering this.
Okay.
Jacob could be out of so huge minutes restriction, and you guys are decent when he's on the court.
I like the confidence. We'll see if they can
betting
match it.
wise, no bets for this one.
Okay. Understood. We'll fly through to the next game then. Keep going down the slate here. After that, we've got the Indiana Pacers away at Miami. Miami kind of struggling. I know they're 8th in the East, but they're 27-30. 27-30, excuse me. They're 3 wins in their last 10 games. The Pacers been just continuing to play well. They're 33-24, looking to keep that home seed for the playoffs. Do you like anything in this game?
Yeah, there the Miami Heat has questionable tax on Wiggins and Calvert. On Wiggins and Adebayo. If one of them is out, Calvert should probably crash this line. Even though lately he played some big minutes. He played at 37, then 24, then 29 in a blowout win. So kind of like his spot. Like when he gets 32, 22 to 32, he averaging 10 points. But when you look at the last game against the Pacers, he scored 25 in 21 minutes. So I will look into this if someone of the Wiggins and the bio maybe gets ruled out. Maybe it's worth like I will say I'll lean on Calvert, even though like there's a chance one misses and that's good enough. Let me just check. Obi Toppin. Last game played only 14 minutes against Miami. Yeah, he crushed in 3 games. So yeah, no bet for this one.
All right, we'll keep going down. Next up, we have the how many more games we got? 4 more games to go through here. We have the Knicks away at Memphis. The Knicks have been accused of not being very good because they are third in the East, but when it comes to playing teams that are in the top 3 of their respective conferences, they seem to not do particularly well. And they're +4 here. You said earlier on the show you don't consider the Knicks a very good team at all, actually. What is it about them that's making them struggle in these tough games?
Yeah, they're not good enough for to be contending. Um, they do have like a regular season great team, like guys like Hart, OG. They're just hustling, and the playoff comes or big game comes, and everyone, other teams start hustling, and then they get outplayed on the talent. And uh, Towns was exposed so many times in difficult matchups, like when they play Boston, when they play Rockets, when they play Memphis, when they play Thunder, Orlando. Like he didn't cover in any single game because they have a way like put a wing defending out Anthony Townsend help and you're good. So yeah, it's Mikal Bridges up and down is unbelievable. So many games he scores 11, 6, 11, 13, then he scores 28 for a couple of games, then back to scoring 0 points or 6 points. Very, he was one of the most consistent guys for years, and now he's the biggest up and down guy in the league. So can trust him. Uh, OG health issues. Josh Hart, I don't know. He's hustling every single night, but seems like it doesn't work. So
So the Knicks right now they're in third. I think they'll stay in third because they have a big enough gap over the Pacers. Pacers, Bucks, Pistons are pretty tight for 4, 5, 6. Let's say the Knicks stay in third. Do you see them beating any of the Pacers, Bucks, or Pistons in a playoff series? Like what shot would you give them in those series? Would you expect them to win any of them?
they should win against the Pacers. I don't think I have them over Bucks. I
I
think
wouldn't
Bucks.
either.
Yeah, and our Pistons. Only on experience. Only on
Yeah,
experience.
and home court.
Yeah, home court and experience. I don't have them over Bucks. Not yeah, and
Yeah, I agree.
Pacers is like if Pacers. I don't know if they find the groove. Like Halliburton starts playing well and be healthy. I do think they can compete as well.
Okay. I think all 3 would be very competitive series, but I would say I would take the Bucks over the Knicks, but I wouldn't take the other 2. So hopefully we'll see maybe they can build some momentum and get themselves in a better spot for the sake of Knicks fans. Next game, the Suns against the Pelicans. We said it yesterday. The Suns need some wins, and they had a great opportunity to get one yesterday against this New Orleans Pelicans team and didn't. They lost 124-116. Big fourth quarter by CJ McCollum. Big game overall by Zion Williamson. But man, the Suns, who can they beat at this point? They're not even going to make the play-in tournament at this rate. They're 3.5 games back of the Kings starting the day. They got to win this one, right?
Yeah. They got. Yeah, I was doing well last episode on predicting spreads. I said Pelicans should cover, and they did.
Yeah.
But I don't know why books have lines for Zion tonight. Like it's back to back. You don't play back to back. So
Is
kind
it
of
just
weird, but
Zion?
yeah,
They
they
have
have
everybody.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
that give a chance to play overs on other players other than Zion?
Yep. Yeah, I think they are adjusted. I do think
Okay.
like they set the lines like he is out.
Okay.
But we are going to bet something from this game. So 2 games this season, only 2 games, where both Zion, DeJounte, and Ingram, all three were out. CJ McCollum had 33 and 32% usage. Huge 33% usage. I also did like off the court Zion and Ingram and and DeJounte, and his usage in those like 250 minutes of sample size is 32%, exactly like when we see it in those 2 games. So let's look at CJ McCollum when he is playing 30 plus minutes and
So
usage.
you're looking at his over on points here, right?
Yeah, and when he is having 23% or higher usage, like he had 32 without them, but I'll be conservative and do like 23%. He's over this line in 14 out of 20, averaging 27.6. And yeah, let's exclude the game against the best defense in the league, Boston, Houston, and Thunder. And then we have this over in 13 out of 16 game, averaging 29.6 points. So we are betting CJ McCollum over 21.5 points, minus 120. Kind of
Yeah.
widely available.
Yeah, minus 120 available in at least a couple spots, one widely available spot. So should be able for the grand majority of the viewers to be able to get this one. Yesterday, same matchup. I think he finished with 18, but he had a not
19,
the
yep.
19, but he had 19. He had not the best first 3 quarters. I only know this because I had his over and I went to bed thinking that he was not going to cover, but he did. So hopefully he brings that fourth quarter play to the duration of this game. But as you said, you talked about when some of these Pelicans players are missing, a bit of a different story for him. So we'll look to have a success there on our third bet of the day, and we can keep things going now to the next game as I update the ticker here. A couple more games, I think, now to go through here. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves now coming off their loss last night to the Lakers. They are away at the Utah Jazz, favored by 2.5 points. So tight spread for these two teams.
Yeah. No Randall, no Gobert, and no Anthony Edwards for the.
Yeah, and still favored.
I actually think you Jazz covers. They should have everyone back. The Wolves don't have enough firepower. They have Jaden McDaniels as the first scoring option, while Utah Jazz have Lauri Markkanen, John Collins, Clarkson, Collier, Walker Kessler probably. Like they are questionable, but I don't see any reason why they are out. They are just resting them usually. So they have Clarkson, Kessler, Kenjotte George for sure, and question tags on Lauri Markkanen, John Collins, and Sexton. On the other side, they have Anthony Edwards as a suspension. If they keep the technical of the last night, which I think is fair to expect, then they have a lineup of Mike Conley, Nickel Alexander Walker, Jalen Clark, Jaden McDaniel, Naz Reid, Terence Shannon, Rob Dillingham, and Luka Garza. That's their rotation. Safe to say that Utah Jazz probably have better lineup and they got a great coach. So it's not like they have a coaching edge in this one. So
Both teams, I think, pretty good coaching.
Yeah, both for sure. Uh, Let me just check something. I don't know. So the lines are moving against what I expected in this one. So maybe there is some chance for Anthony Edwards to actually play, uh, because like he was ejected, got 16 technical.
Yeah, but the
Last,
NBA likes to when a star gets their 16th technical, the NBA likes to find a way to reverse that.
yeah, but he'll get 16th eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
agree.
it
There's a
was a
trend.
closure.
There is a trend of these 16th technicals getting rescinded. So maybe that's in play here. I'm not saying there's like foul play afoot. I'm just mentioning that we do see sometimes the technical get rescinded and the player still playing.
Yep, agree. Uh, I still think I need to bet this, and it's Mike Conley over 5.5 assists.
Mike Conley over 5.5 assists. I will look
Yep.
for the number here.
But yeah, minus 115 at FanDuel. Was even so better, but it's one of the best in the market.
Yeah. I don't see. I don't. One spot I see better, but that's not widely available.
Yeah, but one of the best on the market.
Yes, definitely one of the best available here. We can play. Mike Conley, it's minus 118 now, but that's still the best that I see.
6+ is minus 150.
Oh,
Option.
of
Yeah.
course. 6+
Yeah.
minus 115, of course. Minus 115 at FanDuel. There we go.
So even if you look at the games like without any filters, like only 22 to 32 minutes, which is expected for him tonight, he averaged 4.9 and is over in only 11 out of 30. But the average matchup was crazy. Like he played Thunder, Houston. Then he get games against Cleveland, Knicks, and Orlando Magic. Then Houston again. Then Clippers and Thunder. Then Golden State Warriors. All the teams that don't allow assists. So all teams are top 10 in assists allowed. Like they are not allowing assists. If you take a look at his games against those teams, he's under all 11 games, averaging only 3.7. But when we go other way around, he's kind of over in 56% of the games, averaging 5.8 assists. And now we have a matchup against team who allows the third most assists. So the thing is, no Randall, no Dante DiVincenzo, and possible no Anthony Edwards. His assists per 36 minutes go from 6 per 36 to 8.5 per 36, like, which makes sense. Makes sense because who is going to create for them without Randall, even without Anthony Edwards? Of course, it's going to be Mike Conley 90% of the time. Matchup absolutely amazing. Most of his assists goes to the mid range or threes, and they allowed most and second most. Similar type of players on assist, over in 9 out of 12 against the Jazz, averaging 23% more assists. Even when you look at the guards overall against the Jazz, over in 12 out of 15, 39% more assists compared to their closing lines. Scoot Henderson, like Monk 6, Scoot 6, Simon 6, Jalen fucking Green, probably season high, 10 assists. Shea with 8, Reeves 11, Harden 17, Booker 11, and so on and so on. Everyone covering against the Jazz, which makes sense. They allowed third most in the entire league. Going with Conley assist in this one.
All right. Fourth official play of the day. Mike Conley, 6+ assists at minus 115. That's the best price that I see now available. So make sure you guys go play 6+, not the over 5.5. I know it's strange. Last game up, we have the Lakers at home to the Clippers. Battle of Los Angeles. The Lakers played last night. So second night of a back-to-back for them. Clippers with additional rest. But I don't know if Luka and LeBron's status is confirmed for this game, hence why we see the Lakers +4.5 here.
Uh, Uncertain both.
Okay.
That's the latest
I
data.
would think they're not. If the line's like this, I would think they're not playing.
Yeah. I'm just checking something. Last 10 games, Lakers have the second best defense in the league, behind Cleveland Cavaliers. Funny thing, looking at this, no Thunders in top 10 in defense since Chet return, which is surprising because they were by far the best. Probably two big lineups causing them troubles. We looked at the game against the Mets when they scored so many threes
Mhm.
because they have issues with double big lineups. And Mike Douglas said, like, we know it and we are playing it just to learn. So when you are the best team in the league, you can play with your food and just try to improve rather than win the games. But they ended up winning as well. So yeah, overall, and can't touch this game
Yeah.
honestly. Like I do think Luka could play and LeBron should sit.
Yeah. Even still, a lot of uncertainty around the lineup. So I guess it makes sense to not want to gamble on that. But we can
Uh,
move. Okay, go ahead.
I have like seen one comment early on the show. Badge of Boy said Pips bring problem back. Uh, Probably could try to get him on the show for our Monday show. We just need to figure out how to do it. But yeah, we could probably get Problem to join us on our crazy run. Yep.
Okay. It would be big for the show. Be nice to have him back on the show. Hopefully, the picks go a bit differently this year.
Yeah.
It's always a challenge when you come on a show. You have an extraordinarily small sample size. So yeah, that's what
Yeah, he's
people.
doing great himself. I look at his stuff and it's winning. So hopefully it translates to the show.
Yeah, we will see on that. So stay tuned by subscribing. Hit the notification bell as well so you stay up to date. And also drop a like if you're tailing the picks so far and if you're enjoying the stream. We have quite a few questions here, Pips. I'll be honest. We have currently 13. No more. I'm going to leave it at just what we have so far. Answer them
Is there
quickly.
is there any educational questions
There
like
are
we are
no
hoping?
educational questions today. It is all bets and bet reactions here. I'm going to try and keep them on the same game to make it a little bit easier as well to navigate through as best I can.
I'll be quick. I'll be quick on this
Okay, so
one.
a couple
No
people
worries.
asked about Andrew Wiggins. Bear Commander Go Bears asked about his under PRA at 28.5, minus 125. Um,
Um, Matchup is kind of more on positive side, and the line is kind of in the line with his usage and minutes. So if he's ready to go, he'll play like 36, 38 minutes. Usage is higher than at Golden State Warriors, so in those minutes he's covering. He's covering.
Somebody also asked about his over first quarter points, 4.5, minus 115.
Yeah, no, it usual. Most of these is connected with just variants. Most of the time, he did cover this in I think most of the games with as a yeah with Miami Heat. No, first one wasn't. First one was against Boston. 3-2. Like yeah, he gets up ton of shots and it's 4.5. So he covered this in every single game, and he gets 4 shots in the first quarters most of the time. So he is also playing 8 minutes in the first quarter. So yeah, makes sense. He makes sense. I lean over for sure.
Okay. Also staying with this game, we have Pascal Siakam under 23.5 points plus assists at minus 125.
I actually bet he's under 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists before the show. Uh, yeah, I will bet. I would rather bet under 20.5 points if you have rather than points and assists. If they double him, then betting on under on points makes sense, but under on assists doesn't make sense. So it not correlates well together. Uh, so yeah,
A bunch from this game, actually. Aaron Neesmith over 13.5 points plus rebounds.
yeah, I need to check his projected minutes. Probably something about 25.
It's minus 110 or so.
Yeah, 27 minutes projected, and in that case, a Miami matchup is not something you would like to take overs. Like the line should be much lower than expected to much lower than his average to go with it. I mean, yeah, for sure. Like he went over in the last 3 games in a row, so probably 4 games in a row. So probably there is that, but don't think he's playing 33 minutes. So when we look at the game, I think he played 20 to 28. He averaged 15.5, which is right there. So kind of a 13 and a half. The question was about 14 and a half. Oh, right, 13 and a half. Lean over, but yeah, I don't like overs on role players against Miami. Not this season.
Okay. We have, let's go to the Boston game. We have Garland over 18.5 points, minus 110.
Yeah, that's easiest bet of your life.
Okay. So if you have it, you can go play it. Drasko, the famous Kristaps Porzingis over first quarter, over 4.5 at 1.75 here.
Yeah, I don't like those odds, that price. High variance bet. Matchup is not great, so
Do you ever bet first quarter numbers?
sometimes when I think it's a like totally
Okay.
off, yeah. And when I see something that the books don't see, like rotation changes and stuff, like some guy is playing like 6 minutes in the first quarter and then goes out
More.
and comes to start second, and then they change to 9-9 split, and then of course, yeah, if they don't set the line that way, you need to bet it. So
Right.
most of the time it's like this.
Sticking with this game again, Donovan Mitchell over, I'm assuming that's going to be 32.5 points plus rebounds at minus 120.
I think that's a bit on the higher end. I do like the matchup for Donovan Mitchell, but in this case, I will just take the points alone.
Okay.
I don't think I don't think he gets like more than 5 rebounds. Think we can expect 5. So when you look at the games this season, when he's playing 20 to 36 minutes, he averaged 4.6 rebounds. Uh, Actually, and when you look at the games with Allen and Mobley, it goes back to 4.4. So yeah, I don't know that like he had incredible good rebounding numbers against Boston, but still, 8, 7, 10 looks like an outlier. Like I don't know, I don't see the reason why he's kind of rebounding great against the Boston Celtics. So I will go probably with points alone if I like this one, and it makes sense. The matchup is great.
Next up, we'll go to the next game here. There's a couple people asking about Trae Young unders. Droshko asked about the points under at 25.5, minus 110 or so. Bear Commander Gobert asked about Trae Young under 39.5 PRA at minus 110.
Yeah, like both. Thunder will take the life out of him in this one, and this should be a blowout. So both things going up in the same direction.
All right. Two more questions here. We've got Jakob Pertl over 11.5 rebounds plus assists at minus 120. I'm assuming this is related to the lack of presence, I guess, inside for the Bulls.
Probably. But let's see how does he do on minutes restriction
Yeah.
when he's playing 28 to 22 to 28 minutes. He averaged 10.4 over in 50% of the games. The matchup is absolutely great, but let me check when Scotty is in. Doesn't change much. So yeah, when he's playing up to 26 minutes, then it's disaster. And he was limited to 24 last game, so he is not playing more than 28, I think, tonight.
Yeah, I would have
And
guessed.
you guys are looking to play mobile as well on some bigger minutes. So yeah, I don't think there is any value in betting over because the minute restrictions are a possibility and it's juiced.
One last player prop question, then actually a betting question has arisen, which we will get to afterwards. Duran over 3.5 assists plus 164. Apparently, it's been a wagon recently. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Yes, it looks like it
And
has.
the thing is, look at this. This is similar players by position against Denver Nuggets, and they are over
Right.
in 14 out of the last 15. Mark Williams even, Towns, Vucevic, Sabonis, they average 50% more than their lines. So at this price, and the recent games, let me just check, like since January, since February, like he averaged 3.9 over in. I need to adjust this up to the 3.5 over in 8 out of 13. So now over in 8 out of 13, 3.9 average, and then I'm playing the best possible matchup in the entire league. So sure, it looks like a good.
And plus 164.
Yeah, definitely.
My only whenever I see Duran, I think will he stay out of foul trouble? And the issue today is that he's playing Jokic, so that would be my my concern here. But that looks pretty good based on that.
Last time they played, he had 2 assists in 20 minutes and had 6 potential assists. If he gets stay out of foul trouble, you're getting a great price. So at 164, I will definitely gamble on it.
Okay. Yep. That's fair. Question that came in. A question about ladders. Do you guys ever play ladders? So 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
3. Remember earlier in the season you recommended a ladder on the show for Dyson Daniels steals, but is this something you bring into your normal betting
Yep.
regiment, I guess?
And I actually think I need to do it way more because sometimes when I'm onto something, it end up clearing the line like 3 times the line, and like you remember I sent you Taron Sharp. I mentioned it on the show. Like this is like the prime time spot for him. No Claxton. He should start and he should play insane minutes. He ended up clearing every single line by 3 times. Like he got line for points was like 9.5. He ended up like 24. Rebounds were like 8.5. He ended up like 16. Assists were 1.5. He had like 5. He absolutely destroyed every single line. So if you did something like 15 plus, 10 plus, 3 plus, it's like 20 to 1 or higher. And he was starting and playing insane minutes. So it's not like it was a crazy long shot. So yeah, sometimes I'm like, I should be more into it. Actually, I think there's ton of profit to be made on these.
All right. So ladders, something
I,
maybe to consider from time
I,
to
will- I
time.
will I will add more. Uh, some guys have insanely high ceiling, like Pritchard. Like the line is most of the time like 11 and a half, 12 and a half. And if they're blowing out and he plays entire fourth, he could end up scoring 30 points. Uh, and the price for like 20 plus is probably like plus 500 or more. So when you
Yeah.
find the spot, you should probably maximize it.
All right. So that will do it for the show today. 4 official picks in the book. Excuse me. It's been a very good week so far on the show. It's been a very good run overall on the show as of late as well. We're absolutely crushing things. We are now up, I think it's 11 or 12 units on the season. So yeah, things have really taken a great run, and we'll hope to keep things going for the rest of the season as well. Please make sure you guys do hit the like button if you did enjoy, and especially if you're tailing the pick, subscribe because we're live every weekday morning putting in the work. So here we go. Here are the picks for today. We have Jamal Murray over 20.5 points, minus 115. We have Terrence Mann over 10.5 points plus rebounds at minus 120. We have CJ McCollum over 21.5 points at minus 120. And we have Mike Conley, 6+ assists, minus 115, which we got at FanDuel. Thank you so much, everybody, again for tuning in this week. And we hope to see you Monday. We hope to be recapping another good day and we'll hopefully have you back here at the Board YouTube channel presented by FanDuel. We'll see you next time.